What's up, man? How you doing? Seriously, how you doing? Hope you're feeling good. There's really not a lot of places for dudes to just be dudes. Men to be men, boys to be boys. You know, where we got really not a lot of places, and it's one of those things that you kind of wish you had in your life. Like I want to chop it up. I want to shoot the shit with the boys. A lot of people ask me, they say, Eli, what made you want to start this whole thing, the group? And I always tell them that, like, my dad. My dad was the inspiration. My dad walking around the church on a Tuesday afternoon with about 12 other guys. They were praying for life, praying for their family, praying for their business, whatever, man, just praying. Men's prayer group. And then after, they'd go to Steak and Shake. And they would be laughing, just freaking. I don't know. I never seen my dad laugh like that. Never in my life. When he was with the Tuesday prayer. Never seen my dad laugh like that. My dad was a funny dude, liked to laugh a lot, but when he was with his boys, he was lit up. And I remember that, and I liked going, and I started going with my buddy AJ. Remember boy AJ? We would go. Just a bunch of dudes being dudes. Not a lot of places like that, unfortunately. So that was my motivation for what I wanted to create, was to capture the essence of a place where dudes can be dudes. Men can be men. The thing is, when you do these things, like in the real world, you don't have these places. So a lot of guys just deal with shit in their head, When men talk to each other face to face, in the old days, it used to be like narrative driven, humor driven. Nowadays, it's like an exchange of facts. Like someone's talking to you about what's going on in your head or their head rather than what's going on in life, pop culture, politics, whatever. Your wife, nagging at you, boss fucking with you, what pisses you off. That's how it used to be, naturally, organic conversation. And I think there's a shift that occurred when the search engine came out. We started searching for things. We started getting answers to every little thing. When we watch a YouTube video, people get mad that they call it ranting when I'm just talking. These are my favorite YouTube videos are like the old radio shows, some Opie and Anthony talking about, with Patrice O'Neal, talking about life, existence, having fun, not really having any direction, but having stories to tell and new ideas. Not just like one guy talking to you and telling you how to behave. That's what you see on YouTube a lot, especially, with the whole self-improvement bullshit. So you're always looking for an answer, someone to tell you something to take away. Conversation has become transactional. But it's not natural. It's not good because it kills the spirit. So really what happens when dudes can be dudes and they can talk, this is what we do in voice chat in our group, is they start to get pissed. They start to get pissed at maybe themselves for being fake, for being a fraud, for going all these years by acting and being sort of spurging out on the wrong things that don't really matter. They get pissed at the way things are set up, maybe at society, maybe at the chains, the straitjacket they've been put into. And it starts to make sense why we don't see many men's groups or third spaces for the individual man, for men. Because it's a desissifying of the spirit. when men get together, because you talk and you start to look at each other like, oh, okay, this guy's going through some shit. Okay, why are you doing? Okay, I'm going through this too. All right, man. Yeah, you see that new thing that new law they tried to put in place? That's some bullshit, man. Yeah, dude. I got this wedding coming up, and my girl's side of family, she wants all these people. I don't even care about coming to why do they gotta come? Yeah, dude, this is like, I'm riffing off some conversation we had. And it's just like, you start to get a little insight into how things are working and really what you deal with, like what you tolerate. And the world, maybe it's a system, maybe it's just the natural process. I don't think so. I think it's the way things are set up is to make you square, to make you stand in single file line. Men are testy creatures, dude. You put women make good employees. Women don't have the testosterone. That's what I noticed, dude. Like, they don't have the testosterone to stand up and say, this is not righteous. This is wrong. F all that. I ain't doing it. Men get up. Men are like, oh. I remember working at GNC. I had this dickhead boss, and he was making me do some nonsense. And I was just like, in my soul, I felt like this is wrong. This is bullshit, dude. Okay? And maybe I was a young, angsty, testosterone-filled young man, and I was just sick of the nonsense. But something in me was like, I gotta get out of here. I'm not dealing with this. I think women, it's not a fault of theirs. I don't think they have the testosterone and maybe the strength to always stand up and say, this is bullshit. I ain't doing this. So women make better employees just doing these jobs. We're seeing that. A lot of guys are checking out because they don't want to put up with it. They see it's hard to take anything serious. It's hard it feels like, what's the point? I got this fat ass boss or this little pencil neck boss breathing down my spine. I can break him in half like a twig. And he's going to yell at me and tell me what to do. I have to deal with the HR lady calling me out for some nonsense. F these people. You start to get fed up with the system. But you've been conditioned, maybe. You get to a point where you don't know how to retaliate, man. You don't really know how to do anything different. And so that's why I think, if you separate the guys, you get them uncomfortable with conversation. I've noticed that. I've noticed that big time. These almost guys don't even know how to talk to each other. If they do, it's like one fact being combated by another fact, something they heard on Reddit, something they heard on YouTube comments. If you look at the YouTube comments even, I guarantee you, go to any YouTube video. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be My Little Pony. And you will see some person in there arguing about, someone will say, oh, My Little Pony, the favorite one is the pink one. And then someone will say, you're retarded, dude. The pink one sucks. And then they'll go in an argument about My Little Ponies. And it's all like an argument about nothing, about a bunch of nothing. For some reason, there's been a change in the conversation. Men don't even know how to talk to each other anymore. We can't even converse on the internet without it devolving into some argument. And so now when you go to talk with someone, you used to chop it up. You listen to the guys on the radio talking about sports. This guy sucks. And the other guy's like, no, man, this guy's good. Just look at the stats. This natural exchange where you could kind of hang in the pocket of your belief, but also not get mad. And now it's like in the conversation, there's a lot of cowardice. And there's a lot of, I don't even know how to put it, dude. It's just like when I talk to guys now and I have good conversations, like, this is it. This is the good life. This is how it's supposed to be. The guys in the voice chat, man, it's like a beautiful thing. I get juice from that, man. I get juice. I get new ideas flowing in. I get juice creativity for where I want to go with the future of this whole thing. Just like, and I asked the guys, I said, what are you pissed about, man? The first thing guys would say, I'm not angry. I'm not usually an angry person. I'm not angry either, dude. We get it. Emotional men are weak. Getting your emotions all over the place. That's what, letting a woman get you all emotional and stuff. Something happens, you get all emotional. No, you gotta be stoic somewhat in this life, okay? Weakness, your emotions dragging you along makes you weak. But are you blind? Maybe the Stoics took it too far where, the modern Stoic is just a pussy. You should get pissed maybe at some stuff. Because when you're pissed, you can say no. When you're just ignorant to everything and people are just freaking boom, 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 just slapping you on the neck and you're just taking it like this, like a dog, how can you ever stand up for yourself? So you gotta be, no, this is some bullshit. No, we're not doing this. Right? But you gotta get ticked off a little bit. You gotta know what pisses you off a little bit. So a lot of people aren't even pissed. They're just like straight and narrow, stand in line, single file line, just like all the lines on the road. Killian says it's like all the lines, man. You see all these straight lines in nature. There's not straight lines, like all the roads, straight lines, the buildings, straight lines, rectangle boxes. Follow line, stop here. So many chains, so many straight jackets that have been foisted upon you. It's like you got to get a little ticked off. What ticks you off? What ticks you off? Because if you don't start learning that, if you don't start being aware of those things, your life's going to be miserable. You're going to wonder why. Well, you tolerate too much bullshit. You tolerate a lot. So really, that's what I think is important, is conversation. And we have to maybe try this yourself, try this yourself. If you join our group, come join us in voice chats. You might feel a little awkward at first. Doesn't matter. You don't even got to show yourself. You don't got to be on camera, but use your voice. Speak up. Don't go in with any pre-planned thing. Be organic, dude. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to be. And I've realized on these YouTube videos, I try to get away from just I'm not a guru. I'm not someone that has it all figured out. I want to present to you ideas and talk with you. And maybe as I'm talking to you, since you can't be here with me now, you can kind of have a conversation with me in your head and or have some ideas to kind of have. I don't want to tell you you must do this. I try to get away from that because that's bullshit, man. We all live different lives. And if you do join the group, it's a shame I don't get to talk to you, but I would love to talk with you. And I think, I'm telling you, the way this is set up, it is a place where guys can be guys. They can shoot the shit. They can laugh. They can have fun. We can get pissed together at some of the things, and then we can do something about it. But, I know it's not for everyone. I get it. And it does take some balls. You got to scoop your nuts. You got to be okay. A lot of people haven't had the world, you're set up to sort of be isolated now. And so you have your own thoughts, not really, there's nothing else to tell you, hey, you might be thinking wrong. You need to iron yourself out a little bit. Okay, you got a little weird thinking about all this nonsense. Whereas, you get conversation, you start to feel more human. That's what it is. It makes you feel human and connected. We need that connectedness. But I want to be it's hard to be real, and I want to be real. And I want to be someone that can undo all that programming in my life, that this whole act that you maybe feel like you got to put on. I want to kind of bypass it. I want to get rid of it. I want to be as real and not authentic. That word authentic is you, but I just want to be me, I just want to be me. And I want to maybe bring other people along with me and kind of wake them up, unite the men. I think that's a big purpose. So, going without just the exchange of facts. You don't got to prove people wrong all the time. Not everything is a problem. That's what I like. Not everything is a problem. There's plenty to criticize. There's plenty of YouTube channels that criticize everything. Not everything is a problem. to criticize. Not it. Yeah, people have problems, but not everyone needs to just talk about their problems all the time. Men want to just have fun, and they want to relate to the other person. And sometimes just by the act of being relatable, you solve your problem because you realize you're not the only one dealing with it, and maybe someone else kind of went through it, and like I see he kind of handled it with like this. But we just need to be better being friendly, being kind, being open and being real ourselves, because then that allows the other person to be real as well. So that's it, man. Listen, you don't got a third space, you don't got a group, join jiu-jitsu, join a martial art. I think that will help. If you can't do that right now, whatever. Join our High Thumos Brotherhood. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it if you make the effort to come talk with us. The voice chats are the heartbeat of our group. I think you will love them. The challenges we do, the check-ins, we have this thing like we just started called the weekly purge, where find something you're pissed at, find something you're upset about in life, and bring it to the forefront of your brain. Then tell other people, because a lot of people are hiding what they're pissed at, and they grow tired. So get a little pissed. It's good. That's the Thumos homework, man. Project Thumos homework. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Come join us. We got a big challenge starting on the 10th. God bless you. Let's have a great day. Peace.